Chapter 2. Simon Ferguson startled awake in his recliner when he heard the noise.
"Garth, is that you?"
He waited for a reply, but got none.
"You better not have gone out and gotten another damn cartoon book. I won't have those in my house."
He worked his large frame out of the chair and walked toward his son's room at the end of the hall. Without knocking, he opened the door and saw his son lying in bed with headphones on. Garth removed the headphones immediately.
"Didn't you hear me talking at you?"
Simon asked. "Obviously not." Garth held up the headphones.
"Don't get smart with me, boy. Where were you earlier?"
"I was hanging out with friends." Simon laughed.
"What friends?"
"Me," a voice said behind him. Simon spun and saw a tall, muscular boy standing there.
"Who are you?"
"Sorry, sir. I'm Panzer." He wiped his hands on his pants and then held one out to shake. Simon shook and grimaced at the pressure of the grip. "I was just at the toilet." Simon looked back at his son.
"You better not be a fag, because I won't have that in my house."
"Your son isn't a fag, Mr. Ferguson," Panzer said.
"Are you a fag?"
Simon asked the giant. Panzer shrugged. "I don't like labels."
"I'll take that as a yes. If you two want to practice anything, you'll have to do it outside."
Panzer grinned, but didn't move. He simply stared at Simon. There was something in the boy's eyes Simon didn't like, so he backed away and went to his bedroom. He lay on the bed and closed his eyes. Moments later, he was asleep. "Well," Garth said as he opened his window, "that lovely man is my father." Panzer pulled out 2 joints and joined him at the window. "He seems like a delight." He lit his joint. "I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer truthfully. Okay?" "Okay." Garth lit his joint and waited. "Do you wish your dad was dead?" Garth coughed on the smoke. "What?" Panzer stared him straight in the eyes. "Do you wish your dad was dead?" he repeated slowly. Garth shrugged. "I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be sad if he died." "That's not what I'm asking." "Why are you asking me that?" Garth said angrily. "Are you going to kill him or something?" "If you want me to." Garth stared at his new friend. He couldn't tell if Panzer was joking. "Besides," Panzer added, "if he's dead, you can be free to do whatever you want. Nothing will tie you down and keep you here any longer. Don't you want that?" Garth was afraid to admit he did want that. But did he want it like this? He put out his joint and said, "I wish he was dead." Simon woke again, surrounded by darkness, but he only had a moment to register this. He was quickly lifted from the bed and held in midair. Then he felt the pressure. Something was squeezing him around the torso. It lasted for an unbearable amount of time, and then it was gone. Then it came again, but it only lasted for a second. Then it came again, then disappeared. Simon heard his breath escape his mouth with each squeeze. His heart raced and he felt sick. He suddenly dropped through darkness and fell on something soft. His bed. "Sorry to break your heart," a deep voice said from somewhere above him. Simon tried to get up, but his racing heart kept him motionless. Had he really been that frightened? "Who?" he tried to say, but he couldn't catch a breath. He clutched at his left arm as a pain shot through it. He tried to say he was having a heart attack, but he couldn't get the words out. Before he died, he could have sworn he saw two people in the room with him, both with bright smiles.